What's up, y'all? So Joe Biden, he's reacting to Diddy beating most of his charges. So let's check this clip out.
Way to treat women. The Puff trial.
Yeah. It's back to the sarcasm point that Mark made earlier.
I thought I killed that one.
Terrible segue.
Oh, here we are.
We're coming near an end.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Closing arguments. The jury is deliberating. Actually, while we're here in real time,
I was about to check.
We are watching our phones to see if this verdict comes in. Juror number 25, I don't know if everybody heard, there was some problems with him the other day, about an hour and a half, 2 hours into deliberating.
What did he say? What
Juror 25, we don't know his position. We just know that the jury sent a note to the judge that says one of these is in here giving us a hard time.
Yeah, he's not following instructions.
Right. Yeah, not following the rules of jurying. So we don't know if that means the jury is pro-Puff and this guy's against it, or if they're against Puff and this guy is pro-Puff.
You know what nobody's considered? Mistrial.
Because there won't be a mistrial.
It's going to be tough now at this stage. I mean, the only way it would be now is if it's a hung jury.
On a Fed case.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is a mistrial because of a hung jury. That's what I meant.
They said on the news that the judge has the power in the Fed case to excuse one juror if they're not following the rules, and the rest of the 11 still continue to deliberate.
And there's also multiple charges, so a hung jury on one charge, I think, does not necessarily mean the whole is thrown out.
They would have to be unable to reach any verdict on anything, which would be seems unlikely. I suspect they agree on a few things.
How many charges is he still facing? Because I know they supposedly dismissed a few.
Well,
you thought you ate.
I know the three big ones are still there. Like the things they pulled back were like the arson, the things that the Kid Cudi thing, stuff that really we weren't even talking about in the news that much. But the fact that the jury asked about specific details and certain legal language sounds like they're really hung up over some things. So
hey, can y'all just take a break for a second?
Stupid. Something is wrong with it.
I hate them. They should be separated. They should be separated. You know what? Next show.
No, it's true.
Mark, please.
Yeah.
You sit the fuck
that might be worse though.
Oh yeah, direct line of sight.
Oh yeah,
no,
I didn't do nothing.
Either way. Either way.
We said, I'm on your side. Were you hungry?
Don't say
She said, you know and no one said.
Well.
Whisper, you thought you ate. I heard him. I just ignored him.
I love Mel. Anyway, I'm sorry, because they was being too mature. Okay, my bad, Mark. I'm sorry. I apologize.
We're looking.
Yeah, there's no update.
Nah, I don't see no update.
Yeah,
There's no update, but I expect within the next 48 hours we'll see a verdict, if not sooner.
What position do y'all think Juror 25 is taking in there?
Pro-Puff. Yeah. I think he was pro-Puff. I think Juror 25 had his mind made up. I think he was pro-Puff, and I think they went in, and from what I heard, that the judge gave them like real specific instructions as to what the charges meant and legally, you know what I'm saying? So I think he went in there on some
about that. No.
Then he went up and said, They said, nah, it was defined as X, Y, and Z.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's my gut.
But and they only would excuse him if he's doing what? Being belligerent?
Yes.
No, if he's just not.
Because he can say, no, I don't agree with this. He can have a stance. They shouldn't excuse him for
But you can't ignore the directions. For example, if they say trafficking is X, he can't say, well, I know he did X, but I don't think that's trafficking.
And that's the problem.
And that's where it gets tricky. And it seems like the fellow jurors at the very least are concerned that he's not following the judge's instructions. And the judge responded and said, you are legally bound to follow the instructions.
There's a reason why it's called jury deliberation.
Gotcha, man.
And they said the judge took a long time to literally spell out all of the instructions.
Right.
Wait, why is it called jury deliberation?
Stop it. Stop with me.
I don't know.
Because
I didn't know too far. I don't know this neither.
It's called jury deliberation. Like what the example that we're giving is not a deliberation where he's ignoring instructions that are given. You have to deliberate by way of going over all of the facts, going over all of the.
See, maybe I don't know what deliberate means. Why can't I go over the fact
And then not
Come to my conclusion.
Yeah, I don't agree with this. Yeah.
I don't agree with y'all.
and that's where this trial is.
Or the other way.
Right.
Or go over the facts. Y'all all say no, and I'm saying, yeah, no. He's still guilty.
Well, there's a reason why 11 people in the room agree that this particular one is a problem child.
Again, you can
that could
disagree.
be. See, I don't. That could just be we ready to go.
Fam. No, I disagree with that. I think that y'all could come from a different place than I. Y'all see X this way, and I don't see it that way.
If I say yes, I agree that ICE planned and plotted this of Mark. I agree with all of that, but I'm not finding them guilty because you know what I mean. I don't think that should be what murder is. Right. You have a right to disagree with my interpretation of facts, but you can't ignore what the law says. Because then there'd be no point in having
Even
a
if the
jury.
law says that and I just don't agree.
Agree with what though?
That they proved the case. Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you.
Yes, that's fine. You can't say, I agree with everything the prosecution said, but I'm still not finding them guilty.
No.
Or like if you say, yo, that's not what he did.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't agree with that.
specific.
That's not trafficking.
But then the judge says, yo,
By definition, it is.
to say
Right.
that somebody
Yeah.
trafficked somebody, if you coerce them, if you promise them some money, some shoes, a dinner, whatever, and you flew them beyond state lines to come over here to get those items
Yeah.
for some.
All right, now, so let me just stop this video real fast because a couple of hours ago, maybe 10 hours ago, Diddy was found not guilty on most of his charges. And that is the reason why Joe Budden is reacting to this and also how Diddy is doing in jail. So let's get back to the clip.
Technically, you trafficking somebody, right? By law. So every nigga that flew them out, as the girls be saying, I'm getting flued out. That's
They say jury number 25 is a 51-year-old veterinarian who lives in Manhattan with his domestic partner, a freelance graphic designer.
Oh, he's
the juror
with the
has a
freak-offs.
doctorate in molecular biology and neuroscience and enjoys nature documentaries, opera, and hiking.
Yeah.
Why does it
That's
sound
a
like a
lot of
dating app?
information about that person that people might
That's
be able
crazy.
to figure out who
People
that,
don't know who
They're
that
supposed
is.
to be anonymous.
Yeah.
That is
That's
bro.
insane.
Because that's like 3 people.
Yeah, word.
Like in America.
Yes, that's up.
How did you find that information, Parks?
Routers. right in the news.
I ain't even have to dig far.
Not
Word.
at all.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's unfortunate.
That's up. That is really up. All jokes aside, oh boy.
So that's the new juror that came in, right? When they removed the black man?
that I'm not sure of.
That we don't know, but that's where my conspiracy theory brain turns on.
Hey, what's up? I appreciate y'all for tapping into my channel. The clip I to show y'all, that was Joe Budden and his whole crew. And as you may know, Diddy, I would say maybe 10 plus hours ago, he was found not guilty on most of his charges that his alleged accusers accused him of doing. So if you actually watch my channel, my videos on my channel, I've been saying that Diddy is innocent, and I knew it. So what happened was one of the jury members, they gave the judge a note, and they said that one of the jury members didn't want to follow instructions. The reason why is because most of the jury members, they thought that Diddy was innocent. But this one jury member said that, nah, Diddy is not innocent. He's guilty on at least 2 accounts. And that is the reason why he was, basically charged on 2 of the accounts. Because this jury member said that I refuse to back down. Diddy is guilty on these 2 charges. So had it not been for this jury member, Diddy would have been, basically outside now because he would have been, found not guilty on all these charges. So most likely he's going to be granted bail. I would say in a couple of maybe days or weeks, maybe even months, and then the judge will basically say that he's going to be, he has to be in his home, in home confinement, house arrest. So let me know what you think about this. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.